so we finally got the second gen SV in the shop. Doing the same thing as we did with this first gen SV with the subframe and like the custom kind of like street tracker scrambler conversion kit. Picked this one up a little while ago. It's a 2003, but it's super clean, just over 2,000 kilometers on it. We're gonna strip this whole thing down, do the subframe, do the headlight, do everything pretty much like the full kit on this thing. So yeah, time to strip it down and get started.
So then they
So first thing, we've been testing out different headlight setups. So I took off the whole sport front end, all the fairings off the front. Tested just this 3D printed mount with the rectangular, same as I had on this bike. I think it's a little bit, it's missing something. Something's not right. So we'll probably try some different stuff, kind of see what headlight suits it perfectly. Wiring wasn't too bad, just kind of made like a simple little bracket for now for this gauge. Eventually we'll get like a smaller gauge and clean that up. But I think at the same time as we're working on this headlight, we're gonna start working on some other stuff. So maybe strip off the subframe, take some 3D scans and measurements of the bike, start working on a new subframe design, as well as maybe some other accessories, skid plate, license plate relocation, that kind of stuff. So yeah. So we wanted to strip the subframe off and just start getting some measurements and scans for doing like an actual subframe for this. So threw on the subframe from my first gen to see how it would look. Obviously we're gonna change it up a whole bunch. It's gotta change the mounting, gotta change how it kind of like some sort of cover in here. But I think this looks pretty sick on the bike, just initial concept. So yeah, still a fair bit of work to go, but it's a start. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I think we thought it, I don't.
Cal's been working on this design. Check this out. Pretty sick new tail design for the second gen. So printed it out, used our vinyl cutter actually, and we printed it out on some paper here. So he's gonna fold that up, mock it up on the bike. And we'll see, yeah, kind of interested to see what that tail looks like on the bike.
Just a really powerful.
Sweet.
okay.
So while we're waiting for the next step on the subframe, Cal got a GSXR front end. So got a bunch of new bearings, gonna be putting those on. Basically, you saying it just goes right in?
Yeah, it's so this generation of the GSXR front end is a straight drop in on the SV650s. So literally just new bearings and slide it right on.
I love it. Okay, so this looks pretty sick. The GSXR front end definitely suits the SV650 super well. Looks amazing. Obviously, huge suspension and braking upgrades as well, which is definitely well worth it. Like Cal was saying, very simple swap. It pretty much just bolts right on to the SV stem. While he had it apart, he changed the bearings. So getting those inner races out can obviously be a little bit of work, but if you can get those out, changing the bearings pretty easy and definitely worth it. So yeah, this is the Suzuki GSXR front end on the SV650. So yeah, looks unreal. So still lots to go on this bike. Obviously we got to do the headlight and the signal lights and the gauge and finish off that front end. And then also he's working on getting the subframe water jet cut. So we'll have that new version of the subframe for this bike pretty soon. Yeah, stoked on this bike. I think it's gonna look unreal. So lots ahead for this build, but this is the start.